whatever you wanna be. So I told myself, I'ma be a singer, I'ma play on the keys. I can do whatever I want if I just believe, yeah.
YouTube, what's the deal? It's your boy Mark on the charts, back at it again, man. And I just had to hop on here real quick and just show you guys this beautiful trade, man. If you do not follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me, Mark_Gross, man. Yeah, bro, this was just an amazing trade. This right here, I'm gonna show you guys the trade I took this morning. I actually pop up my profits. I made $1,017 this morning, and it was just a beauty on EUR USD. As you can see, the last 3 trades I took on EUR USD all hit TP. We are literally 3-0 on EUR USD in the last 8 days, and altogether we are 3-1. The last loss I took was that GBP USD trade that I showed you guys on my last video. So if you guys did not check out that video, go to my last one. You will see the trades I took last week, and this is the first trade of the week. Everybody in the community ate off of this trade, man, and I will go ahead and break down exactly what I was looking at. But just understand, guys, at this point, it's literally just rinse and repeat, right? I'm looking for the same thing. If you go back to the my last video, right, it's liquidity, supply, and demand, right? So I will go over exactly what I was looking for in this trade, and then I will show you some more opportunities that literally happened while I was sleeping last night, where you could have made money using the same edge in the markets, liquidity, supply, and demand. This strategy is actively changing my life right now. So please back test it. Once you learn all the variables behind this edge, I promise you, when you execute it flawlessly, you will be a profitable trader, right? With that being said, let's get straight into it. And the first thing I'm going to do, so I'm gonna grab my little replay tool, right? So understand, let's start right here, right? Let's start right here. So first things first, right? When it comes to liquidity, supply, and demand, you have to have a demand or a supply zone, right? So obviously we are bullish, so we are looking for buys, right? I mean, we've been buying EUR USD for the last week, right? Like I said, this is the 3rd buy that I've took in 8 days. Now, first things first, when it comes to the strategy, right? You need a bullish move, right? When it comes to the demand, right? So we got these bulls coming in the market, right? We look for untapped zones. So pay attention to how I draw out this zone, right? I'm not drawing it from the wick of the last bearish candle, right? I'm drawing it from the body, right? And it's untapped. And what I mean by untapped is, if you were to pay attention, right, there is no candlestick that comes back down and taps into this zone, right? All these wicks that come down, right, they are not tapping into the zone. And actually, that's exactly what we're looking for, right? We're looking to come and fill this gap. And the more taps we get before we get back into the demand zone, right, the better, right? Because there's more liquidity being built up, right? And I'm just going to go over here. Let me grab my little $sign and show you guys, right? So there's money sitting right here. Understand, right? There's traders getting into support and resistance trades right here. They're putting their stop loss under the zone. They're putting their TP at the recent high. And what do they like to do, right? They like to come and not only sweep these guys out, right, but they want to tap into the zone where there is limit order set. And that's why we get such great explosions off of these zones, because it's not just supply and demand, right? Supply and demand is a great strategy in itself, especially if you add more confluences like the RSI or the 50 MA. But when you add the liquidity aspect to it, and especially when you get 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, these are buyers coming into the market, putting their stop loss underneath, right? They're gonna get swept out. So let's just go ahead and play this out. All right. Oh, let me slow that down, guys. So all we're gonna wait for, right, and this is a replay mode, this is moving fast, we're on the 5-minute chart. We're just staying patient. We're waiting for a tap into this zone, right? And I had this zone drawn out as well, right? As you can see, we have this demand sitting right here. We have a touch, didn't tap into our zone. We have a touch, didn't tap into our zone. Liquidity underneath here. Draw this out again. One second, grab this, right? Liquidity sitting right here, right? And you're gonna just see how well this strategy works. I didn't take this trade off of this zone because I was asleep, right? But you're just gonna see how impressive this the market reacts off of this edge, right? And it did it to the upside over here as well, you'll see. All right, so look, all right, so we tapped into the zone. Do you see how crazy this rejection is? All right, so we sweep these lows, we tap into the zone, we get a rejection, and it is a crazy rejection because, like I said, not only are we collecting liquidity, right? There's profitable traders that trade off of just liquidity grabs, and there's profitable traders that trade just off of supply and demand. What we're doing is we are combining the two, and we are getting in at the very lowest point, right, of this structure. So if you see, we're creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And we are coming down to the very last point of the structure and we are getting in, right? But the edge is there has to be some type of liquidity that forms above our demand zone. And this is why we are getting these rejections. So the first thing I would have done right here, if I wasn't asleep, right, I would have took this trade off of the first bullish candle. This morning I actually entered aggressive, right? And if you're in my if you're one of my clients, if you're in the community, you know the difference between entering aggressive and entering off of the first bullish candle, and when to do that, right? There's times where you want to enter aggressive, like this morning when I got in during the New York session. I didn't believe that it was going to give me a good opportunity to wait for a bullish candle because, like I said, the market will just shoot off of these zones. I mean, you see the volume that comes in, right? And you will see, let's just play it out, right? We go all the way to TP, right? So I didn't take this trade, but this is where I would have took it. Now, look at this. All right, let's go ahead and erase this. This is the same exact strategy, right? This is my strategy inverse, right? So this is what you would look for on a supply, liquidity supply setup, right? So we have a demand drawn out, right? Now you're going to draw it. And what you're going to wait for is the liquidity to build up right here. So let me just go ahead and, so what we're waiting for right here, right, is the liquidity to build up. So right here, right, this is liquidity. Boom. Sellers come into the market. What do? They have their stop losses right here below the zone. Right, so we have liquidity right here. And what did I say? The more touches, the better. So we get a touch right here. More liquidity being built up, right? Boom. Let's play it out. So this is the trade that I missed, right? I was asleep. And then this is another trade I missed, but this is my strategy. Boom. So what are we going to do off of this zone? You can either get in aggressive off of this zone, right? Or let's go ahead and play it forward. Or you could wait for the first bearish candle. And that's what I would have done, right? Boom. Off the first bearish candle, close right here. Stop loss above the high. Would have risked $100. You could have made $270 on this trade, right? Let's play it out. Boom. Smack TP very fast. Now on to the trade I actually took where I made $1,017 this morning, right? I just wanted to get this out the way. I was going to show you guys these trades at the end, but it just played out. These were trades that I missed. So when I woke up, understand this setup already played out. And I was just like, dog, of course I was asleep during these setups, but then I seen the beeline that GURUSD went on. And it's no coincidence that we blast off from this zone, right? We hit TP, right? Now, understand there's a couple things you want to keep in mind when trading this strategy, right? First and foremost, when it comes to trading an uptrend, right, and you're looking for demand zones, you have to understand that the liquidity zones have to create a higher high. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab this tool. So we're here. We create a higher high, right? We create a higher low. Now, if these candlesticks don't break this high, this zone isn't as strong. Not saying that we won't get some rejections off of it, but the fact that we created a higher high right here with this push that created liquidity right here, this zone is very strong. So when we come back down, This is why we take off so crazy, right? Because we are still in structure, and before they make their move up, what they want to do is come collect, right? They have limit orders set here, and they want to sweep out the liquidity, right? The same thing to the upside, right? Or to the downside. Let me go ahead and erase this, right? So when it comes to supply, right? This is a supply zone we have drawn out. The liquidity has to make a lower low, right? So let's go ahead and grab this tool, right? We make a new low. We have liquidity, right? This liquidity right here needs to make a lower low, right? If we don't make a lower low and we just go and tap into this zone, right? Not saying we won't get a rejection, right? But the chances of it actually giving us the rejection that we're looking for goes down, right? So if you want the highest probability setup when it comes to this strategy, what you want to look for is, one, as many touches as possible before we actually tap into the zone, right? The more touches that create liquidity, right, the better. Now, when we create the liquidity, we need to create a lower low off of the supply zone, right? And if we come back up here and touch, now this is a very strong zone. And as you can see, it just played out so beautifully. Didn't get to take that trade, but I was able to capitalize on this trade. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen, you saw me post it. First off, you see me post the zones the night before. So I already had these zones drawn out. I posted them on my Instagram, went to sleep, right? This zone got tapped into, and then the very next day I posted when I was only up $16 on this trade immediately, and then it literally didn't go in any, maybe like 2 pips of drawdown, took off, right? We hit TP for $1,017. I entered aggressive, so I just had my stop loss a little bit lower than usual. Usually I would enter off the break of, or the close of the first bullish candle, which would have been a very crazy RR, because I mean, as you can see, that first bullish candle was a very low close into the zone, so I could have got an even better risk and reward, but I ended up getting like a 1 to 4 RR on my trade. Right, it looked more like this. But yeah, man, it's, you know, when it comes to trading, it's all about just waiting for your zones, right? Waiting for your edge to play out, and being patient, man. You know, I woke up this morning and I was kind of pissed off that I missed these trades right here, but this will just go to show you 3 trade setups in a row, smacked using this edge. And yeah, man, it's a great edge, and you could just see it all throughout the chart. If you actually pay attention, you'll see this same strategy playing out over and over and over again. As you can see, right, liquidity set up right here, tap into the zone, enter out the first bullish candlestick, right? Could have entered off of this one, went for the recent highs, right, and you would have smacked TP somewhere over here. Same ordeal, right? We have a demand zone, we have liquidity being built up, touches. Go ahead and put this right here, got some money sitting right here, right? The liquidity zone created a higher high from this high, right? Came back down, tapped into the zone, enter off the first bullish candle, go for, what did it go for? 1 to 3, 7 RR. You go back and watch my old video, my last video, you'll see, I mean, even this trade right here, it actually went for stupid RR, right? You go back to this trade that I took last week, went for a stupid RR. Like, dude, when it comes to this strategy, man, you're gonna find some crazy risk and reward. And it's because we're getting in at the lowest possible point in structure, and we're getting in after liquidity has been swept, and we are getting in where institutions have limit orders set, right? That is this type of push, right? This type of push happens from institutions getting in the market, people with big money. And so, as you know, right, we buy low, we sell high. So if this is the lowest point that they bought from last time, chances are that they're gonna wanna buy in again. And now when you add in that liquidity sweep, dude, it's gonna change the game for your trading, you know, and you don't even have to risk that much to make a lot, because the stop losses are so tight, especially when you're trading and waiting for that candlestick to close. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick, show you guys a quick overview of my trade today, and also just a quick rundown of the strategy that is actively changing my life right now. If you want to learn more about this strategy, if you want to be a part of the community and get trades sent directly to your phone just like this, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, right? It's Mark_Gross. I have a link in my bio. You can set up a free consultation with me. You can set up a one-on-one call with me, or you can just get a part of my 8-week golden opportunity mentorship, where I would take you step by step for 8 weeks, from wherever you're at in your trading journey to having a profitable mindset. Because being profitable is all on you. All I can do is guide you. All I can do is show you what it takes, and present you an edge that actually works, right? Not no fluff, not no bullshit, but a strategy that is systematically proven to work over the course of time, right? So like I said, man, when it comes to trading on a trade by trade basis, you never know what's going to happen, right? But what an edge does is it gives you an edge over the market over the course of a certain sample size, right? Like 10 trades, if you have a 1 to 3 RR, right, and you're risking 100 to make 300, all you need to do is be 3 for 7, right, and you're profitable. I told you in the last 2 weeks, I am 3 and 1. So it's been a great week. Like I said, made 1,000 today. You know, it's surreal because I remember placing trades like this for $100, right? $150, $10, right? And I used to be lit. And, you know, now making like $1,000 in a day, I'm kind of numb to it because it's just numbers on a screen. At the end of the day, the more you risk, the more you make, right? Just because I made $1,000 doesn't mean I'm more skilled than somebody that's made $100 today. I just had more capital to risk. And that's something that I talked about on my last video. Guys, if you do not have capital, dude, go work 2 jobs, bust your fucking ass, go put some money in your pocket while learning this skill. Because at the end of the day, of course you can go get funded, but I posted this on my story yesterday. Trading with $10,000 of your own capital is better than trading with a $100,000 funded account. And the reason I say that is because, one, you have no drawdown rules, right? There's no rules, right? You withdraw whenever you want to withdraw. When you withdraw, you actually get 100% of your withdrawal. So imagine making $10,000 in a month against very strict rules on a funded account and only getting 50% of that, up to 80% of that, right? And then having to go through the rules again. And, you know, this is something that I've been through, and I realized that at the end of the day, if I just threw all of the money that I've ever tried to get funded with into a live account, and I get very disciplined. Guys, if you're somebody that's already passed funded account challenges and gotten withdrawals and profit splits, dude, I'm telling you, trading with your own live account over the course of 6 months to a year while actually depositing into that account monthly will change the trajectory of your life, and you will be in full control of what's actually going on within your trading, right? I don't like the funded accounts. I have had a funded account in the past, but it's very, very hard to sustain, right? As you know, the rules are built for you to lose your account, and if the rules aren't built like that, the company does not succeed. They literally make money off of you losing your account. So with that being said, that is the end of this video, man. I hope you got some sauce. Like I said, man, go to the description below. I'll have my Instagram in there, and I will also have my link tree if you want to book a call with me. With that being said, man, I will see you guys all at the top, man. Y'all have a great night.